Good morning, folks. Update time. It's been a while since I've put anything on the tube. So here's a whole bunch of dirt that I have taken out of my pots, because if you can see, I've broken down most of the garden build on my little PVC, my PVC framing and stuff, because I didn't use glue. Came apart like Legos. Legos, not Legos. Jesus, can't talk today. Anyway, so this is what I got left in my garden. I've got a couple of poblano plants. I've got this Rutger Select tomato that has not produced squat, but those two fruit the entire year. It's kind of sucked. There's my original herb garden. I removed all of the giant basil plants to give the Thai basil and the sage a little room to grow and be healthy again. And if you look, my Thai basil is coming back. It actually grew, flowered, died off. I guess it's called bolting. So I came through and just pruned off all of the flowers. The leaves were all gone. It was just basically stems. There was nothing left. Pruned off all of these, except for these, because they were still kind of fresh when I put them up. That's what attracts the pollinators. They're flowers, obviously. But yeah, I trimmed them all off. Gave them some new food, which I'm about to talk about. And bam, it's coming back. So hopefully I'll have pollinators back in the garden, because as soon as the Thai basil died, all of my bees left, which sucks. Same with the dill. The dill died, they left. So next year, next spring, we're definitely going to have more Thai basil. We're definitely going to have more dill. This winter, as soon as it actually gets cool enough, it's still we still keep getting 80s and 90 degrees, even though every other day or so we'll drop down to the 70s. It's too cool to seed things like spinach. I actually have spinach on the inside with my grow light. And it's doing great, because the inside stays at about, anywhere between 68 to 72. So it's starting to seed. They're coming up. They're popping up. I guess germinate's the term. And as soon as it actually gets cool enough, I'll be moving my spinach plants out here. But I've got things like coriander. We've got different lettuces. I tried to grow lettuce early in the year. That was dumb. Lettuce is a cool weather crop unless specified that it's not a cool weather crop. So all of the lettuce died. That just went to crap. But as you can see, I got this giant pile of dirt that doesn't look like I'm doing anything with, but I'm actually, so not like drying it out, but I am drying it out. So I'm drying it out for the purpose, and if I thought I could just go a couple scoops in and find what I'm trying to get rid of, then I'd show you, but I'm not going to do that and just be wasting time. So the reason my garden did not do well this year, first, the effing hurricane rains. Every week we had massive rains. This ruined countless tomatoes. It encouraged all sorts of disease and blight. Like, look at this basil plant here. It looks like shit, but it's coming back. And the reason it looks like shit, ooh, what is that? That looks like an egg sac. It looks like there's multiple egg sacs on there. Okay, so I'm going to purge that plant. It's about to die. So yeah, I don't know what those goopy, nasty looking drip shits are on my plant, but they definitely look like some sort of egg sac. Here's my cannabis plant. And this one's hilarious, because I'm being a major dick. Watch this. Damn it, I've already done it this morning. So normally, when you shake this thing, it releases this huge cloud of pollen, because this is a fucking male plant. Male plants suck. They don't do anything for you. You can't get high off of them. They're almost no medical value whatsoever. They're nutritious. You can eat it. But I was just growing it up for shits and giggles. But what's funny is that doing some research, I found out that the pollen from these plants can travel up to 30 miles. So every day I've been coming out and shaking this plant. I've been pissing off any neighbors that have their own plants that are female, because they're now full of seeds. You're welcome, neighbors. But yeah, it's probably about to get trashed as well anyway. So anyways, getting back to what I was originally talking about, is my dirt here is full of, the second reason my garden failed. The rains brought on a large spawn of what's called the vine borer moth. And it's a son of a bitch. Basically, it bores into the center, like from a really, really small size. It bores into the center of your plants and starts eating them from the inside out. And they get huge. They look like giant maggots. It's gross. Basically, all this dirt came from purged plants. And what they like to fucking do is bury themselves in the pupa state back into the dirt so that they can come out next spring as a moth to do all that dirty shit again. So, this dirt has been sitting here for probably a week and a half now. And every day I come out and I turn it, basically tilling it. I turn it and I turn it and I turn it. And I'm looking for the pupa of the moths. I found probably 6 or 7 out of the pile so far. There are methods to do it a hell of a lot easier. What you do is you basically put your dirt in baking sheets, big old pans, and you bake them at 180 degrees, no higher. So it turns out if you bake dirt inside your house, it can release toxins into your house. Never go higher than 180 degrees if you're doing this. Do it for about 30 minutes and it kills everything. And I mean everything, which is why I'm not doing it. Because inside of all this dirt is a whole bunch of microlife and biotics that I added to the soil to make it super healthy. That's why it looks kind of like brown, but in actuality, it is black. Alright, see? Black soil, healthy soil. So this is really, really good soil. Glad to reuse it. So you probably asked yourself a couple times now, what the hell this blue shit is? That is my answer to the third problem that I had with my garden. So, the plants look healthy, kind of. Got one tomato on this. But I realized that all of my plants were super heavy feeders. Not feeders, like eaters. Feeders, they're called both. Basically, what that means is that I definitely did not fertilize them enough. I was fertilizing them with slow-release cow manure, slow-release chicken manure, all organic. Organic. Gotta be healthy, gotta be organic, right? Well, I had a very small yield. And the yield I did have got destroyed by fucking moths. And vine borer bastards. And rains causing my tomatoes to burst. The tomato would burst, insects would be like, oh damn, that looks tasty. Tomato gone. So, out of almost 20 tomato plants, I probably got 5 pounds of fruit this whole year. Which is horrible. Just absolutely horrible out of 20 plants. So, to combat that, I've got me some of the, what are we going to call that? Heisenberg special. So your average fertilizer is going to have anywhere from like 5, 6, 4, you might even see an 8 on there as far as its NPK ratios. That shit, the blue crystal stuff, water soluble, so you put it in some water, mix it up, it breaks down, and its values are 26, 12, and 16. And it's obviously synthetic because it's blue fucking crystals. So we will no longer be going organic because I don't give a shit. Doesn't taste any different, just increases the price at the grocery store. And I've started feeding my plants that blue stuff. Since then, the rosemary that I've never repotted, God bless it, has a whole bunch of new stems popping out of it. That cannabis plant, that shit was turning yellow and dying. This thing turning yellow and dying. Almost everything was turning yellow and dying. The moment I started feeding it with that blue shit is basically knockoff Miracle-Gro. Miracle-Gro cost about $10 for about a pound of that stuff. I got like 4 pounds of that stuff for $5. So, yeah. That's basically what's going on in the garden. That cherry in the back, still going. It's even got new growth on it, so. This right here, not once ever produced any fruit. All this new growth up here, that's thanks to the new fertilizer, and it's got flowers on it. So if I can get some pollinators in here, and it stays warm for at least the next 2 months, I might have more tomatoes out of those 2 plants. But probably not. What's probably going to happen here soon is I'll tear them up too, and get rid of it. It's like I gotta get rid of all that shit. Decided to cut down all those trees and stuff. But it's been so damn hot, I haven't wanted to do anything with the, well, it's all the, obviously the debris. And now it's got a giant vine growing through it, so that's going to be a real pain in the ass to get rid of. But whatever. This whole area come next year is going to be gardened up. Gonna make it happen because I don't have anything better to do. Actually thinking about stacking these tables on top of each other so that I would have an even higher elevated surface and another storage area underneath it. It's just a thought, because right now I'm not using the full length. And if I could get rid of this table, then pulling all that crap down from up there would be a hell of a lot easier. Instead of going all the way around this way, getting around the cars, down the driveway, and our debris drop-off spot, of course, is all the fucking way over there, next to that street sign. So, yeah, moving all that debris is going to be a real pain in the ass. Pepper, get over here. That's not your yard. God bless her, but she's been driving me nuts lately. So anyways, yeah, I guess that kind of wraps up the video. It's kind of what's been happening. I am actually thinking about, instead of dragging all that shit, building a fire pit and burning it once it starts getting cool. Because I can then take the ash, which is called potash or potassium, and use it as a natural fertilizer. Because that's how potash works. That's the P in NPK. Comes from burning shit. Anyway, guys, you have a good day.